league on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here we go. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's got a Bengals first down as good running gets him to about the 44. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here we go. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And down to the 19-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Burrow now off the bootleg. This goes out wide for Mixon. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Ryan. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on it. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Push him back. 39. Undercut. Check 37. Big Ed. 6 guys. Gun. Tighten up. Hey, bye.
Here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give. This is Kelly. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
To throw is Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. And I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Ryan going to give this to Davis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Burrow looking to pass. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Mixon again.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Kelly. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. They run with it. It's Kelly. Oh, nice move. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Ryan to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
A first down carry for Davis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Kelly. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. This is Kelly. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. On the carry is Kelly. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Check. Switch it. Come here, switch it.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Davis in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Ryan. That's caught by the UCLA product. It's Caleb Wilson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On one, right?
Burrow on play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Joe Mixon Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And they go play action now. Burrow to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it, and that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
McPherson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Ryan. That's caught by Kelly. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
On 3rd down, it's Kelly, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there, and what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're looking at third and a few inches. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Ryan. His throw incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On 2nd down, it's Kelly. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Kelly. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I think they'll like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the run, it's Kelly. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Ryan. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
To throw again on second down. Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Bengals use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Burrow. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Graham.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a give to Davis. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Laquell Armstead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Well, late turnovers so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and a long way to go.
Burrow, that's complete to Chase.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Throwing, Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Complete to Boyd.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
On 2, ready?
To throw, Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Burrow. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Ryan. He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Cincinnati, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.